My name is Nesta Lumpkin, and I'm interested in living authentically, cooking for my family, and helping other women have breakthrough. And so I want to live from that place, and I just want to share some of that with you tonight. So hopefully you can have breakthrough as well. And my hobbies include going to the spa, going on vacation, and taking naps. I went to Joy, yes, taking naps. I get side eyes, I get looks, I get comments, but now I'm in a space in my life where I don't care what other people say. I take a nap if I'm tired for an hour, and it's a gift and it's a blessing. That's why I look so good. That's part of the reason, right? And it's a blessing from God. This beauty that He's given me, the joy of the Lord is my strength, and part of joy is me getting well rested. And so those are my hobbies, and I'm very proud to say that. It took me a while to be able to say that confidently. Like, I love naps. Now, I went to Georgia State, a little bit more about me. I went to Georgia State University. I got a bachelor's in communications, and then I became a personal executive coach. And I spent 17 years working in media at CNN, pretty much for one company, but I worked in production and writing. And that was then. And for the past 2.5 years, I've been a baby sleep coach. When people hear that, they're like, what is that? So, what I do, I help moms get their babies to sleep through the night without wasting time on ineffective methods. After I went through a tough postpartum period with my first daughter, I have three children. I said, I never want to go through that again. And so I created systems. And someone said, confession, I don't know how to nap. Not knowing how to nap is also deeper than you just saying you don't know how to nap. It's you not knowing how to take the time for yourself and being comfortable in that space. And it's okay if you feel like that right now, but you can develop that. And then as we get older, God made our bodies to need more naps. So it's something He designed in us. So if you can design your day to include a nap, you can start small with one day, right? One day a week. Just try it. Take a nap for an hour and see how that goes. So let me go back. I'm coaching a little bit, so let me go back. Um, so occasionally, I'll also teach people how to write books because I love writing, and that's what I did for a decade, more than a decade. And so I do that on the side as well. And the thing I'm most grateful for is for God answering my prayers. I'm so grateful for my husband, my children, and just the ability to get up every day, to get stronger, to get more wisdom from God, and to be kinder. So if I could do that, I'll have a successful life. So that's a little bit about me, right? Let me check the chat. I see some chats going. Spa vacation, naps equal rest. Yes. Back, a while ago, people kept talking about soft life. And I'm like, it's okay to want to live the soft life. At whatever level you're at economically, it doesn't matter. You can still find ways to enjoy like a massage from your husband or give a massage or just go for a walk in the park and just be in nature. Just any little thing to give your mind rest, that's good. So I'm going to focus on the topic, just the concept of the best gift you can give your children is a well-rested mom. So this goes for new moms, moms who have elementary school kids, moms whose kids are older. You need to take care of yourself first, before you can give back. And Nicole mentioned that, like the oxygen mask and the in the airplane, they always give you that safety announcement, like make sure you put your oxygen mask on first. And it's so true. So it's my duty as a member of God's family to share this with you if you're forgetting like why rest is important. So it is like stewardship. So God gave you a body, He gave you a mind, He gave you a spirit. And so you need to take care of all of that. You need to take care of your spirit, you need to take care of your body and your mind. But a part of it being a mom is like we get caught up in the lie of martyrdom. I think we're all exposed to this lie that you have to, I mean, serving is different from like being a martyr all the time, 24 hours a day, right? And so we've been taught that being a good mom is being exhausted. I talk to moms all the time who are first time moms or they have infants, and I hear things like, oh, well, right now I'm on maternity leave. I'm not working, so I have to stay up all hours of the night and stay with the baby when the baby wakes up. And no, you don't. There's a better way of getting your spouse to come in and help. And that's what I teach them, like how to include the spouse to come in so the moms can get rest. And a lot of them are like, oh, well, I'm not working, so I'm not bringing in income, so I can't invest in like baby sleep coaching services to help my baby sleep better so I can sleep better so my whole family can thrive. And I'm like, you are worth it. Maybe, just thinking of it that way, from that perspective, you can tell your husband or have a conversation about, well, I went through all this. It is worth it for our family. I'm part of the family. I'm worth it too. So part of it is that you probably just don't think that you deserve it. And you do, because God says you do. And you're his beloved. You are precious. You're fearfully and wonderfully made. He knit you in your mother's womb. He thinks you're amazing, and sleep is his gift. He designed it for us to sleep. It's restorative. It heals you. When you're sleeping, your body is like healing itself. Your mind is taking a break and getting you ready for the next day. You lose more weight when you sleep. So it's restorative. So that's the gift. Any good thing is from God. So your body is a temple. I just mentioned if you want to lose weight, for example, sleep is part of it. And you won't be able to serve your family with joy and patience, which God intended for you to do, because he tells us, do not exasperate your children, right? Be slow to anger. When you're tired all the time, yeah, you're not going to be the most calm person. So this is all, sleep is always a thing that gets swept under the rug mostly, and it is one of the most vital parts of your wellness. You eat right, you exercise, you need to sleep. So that's why I'm here to just remind you, like, you have to sleep to put everything together. So if you have a young child, like if you have a baby or a toddler, elementary school kids, just know that yes, sleep is vital for your baby's brain, but it's also vital for your emotional and spiritual regulation. So when you're sleep deprived, your brain shuts down. The mental part, the part of your brain, the command center shuts down, and you tend to get angrier faster. So you want to have more patience. That's part of the fruits of the spirit, patience. And you can help yourself out by doing the things that actually make you more patient. And remember, there's a mirror effect. So when you are frantic, when you're angry, when you're frustrated, which are all signs of being exhausted and tired all the time, you reflect that. Your children or whoever you're dealing with, they mirror your actions. So it's all about vibration. So if you're vibrating at that frequency of always tired and exhausted, then your baby is going to feel that. They're going to be less likely to fall asleep and stay asleep longer. Your older children, they're definitely going to feel that and they're going to be affected by it. So if you want to be more calm, if you want to be more in control, if you want to build and establish that authority in your home, you need more sleep. So I'm just putting these ideas in your head so you could start thinking about, well, sleep is really important so you could get more. And to get the life that God has for you, you have to stop listening to some of the lies that we're told, or even lies that are built in based on what you've seen growing up or in your own family. Your grandma, your mom, all your aunts, your aunties are doing the same thing. Everyone's like working their fingers to the bone at work, at home, at the church, in the community, the volunteer this. Like sometimes you just have to take a breather and like relax. So sometimes you feel like you want the help, but you still think it's being prideful. You think asking for help means you failed. In reality, the wisest leaders are the ones who seek counsel. The wisest business people are the ones who find other people who are good at something that they are not good at for them to do. So if you need help, ask for it. If you need help, like you know a mom or you're a mom who has a baby and you're like, yeah, I wonder what this help would look like for me and my family. Find ways to get that. Sometimes you want joy, but you feel guilty for wanting it. And it's really something, it's a gift from God, the Holy Spirit. You feel like you don't deserve to be happy if you aren't struggling. It's like, well, if I'm not working my finger to the bone, if I'm not doing this 9 to 5, I don't have three jobs and a side hustle, well, I shouldn't have joy, right? Because you need to reap what you sow, so to speak, but not necessarily. Like you're reaping, but that doesn't mean you're trusting God. Sometimes the more you do, is the less you trust God. Sometimes you really have to put all your eggs in one basket, meaning trusting God. That's the basket. And trust God with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. Because a part of the reason sometimes you're not getting rest is because you have fear and anxiety just built up in your mind. And you have to let that go. Rest is equivalent to, or not equivalent, I forgot the word I'm looking for. Um, anyway, it's tied to your trust in God. So if you trust God, you remember how Jesus was asleep on the boat when the storm was happening and all the disciples were panicking, and Jesus is like, "Yeah, I control it all. I am God. I could tell the sea and the wind to calm down. So I'm gonna sleep because I trust the source of my power." So do you trust the source of your power? Right? And that's how I know. I remember one time, I'm gonna wrap up soon. I remember one time I was on a plane to Jamaica, and if you've been to Jamaica, there is some turbulence sometimes in a certain spot. I think it's the clouds, the wind. I can't, well, you know. But anyway, there's a lot of turbulence in this one area, and it was so bad that the bins overhead were opening up. People were like screaming, and I was like, "Well, God, if this is it, this is it." If it's my time, it's my time. And I went to sleep in the middle of the turbulence. And I think that's just how I really want to live my life. And I want to share that with you. Like sometimes during the turbulence, you just gotta like say, God, I'm in your hands and rest. Sometimes you also, let me go back to this. Sometimes you want luxury, like you want a quiet home, you want a massage every now and then, but you feel like that's being vain. You think wanting a peaceful, beautiful environment is too much, and it's not. You are worth it. You are a child of God. God did all this for you. Jesus died on the cross for you. Getting a massage or some rest is not too much. Do not compare that to Jesus dying for you, right? So if Jesus can die for you, you can go to sleep for an hour for naps. You can go to sleep and get 7 to 8 hours. Sometimes you feel like you want ease, you want things to be easier, but you think that that's going to make you feel lazy or that's going to portray you as being lazy. Admitting that you need rest. It's hard to not just say I need rest and take it because you feel like you're going to be judged. And God is not judging you for taking rest. And if you want support, it doesn't mean you're weak. Admitting you've hit a wall isn't weakness, it's the first step to a breakthrough. So I just want you to remember this, and not sleeping well can cause you, can increase hypertension, increase cardiovascular issues. You'll have systemic inflammation, and inflammation is a root cause for a lot of major diseases. And you'll have brain fog or cognitive like slowness, slow down. So just remember the biological effects of not sleeping. And the positive effects is you having a better hormonal balance. You'll have like better cellular repair so you can heal faster from like colds, things like that. And you'll have more mental clarity. And a lot of moms have brain fog. We're all getting older, so we're more forgetful. So you want to get rest to be your optimal self. So, in closing, I'm wrapping up. I don't want to ramble. Um, if you're feeling any sort of guilt for wanting more sleep, I want you to ask yourself, is that the voice of God or is it from the enemy of your peace? Remember, you do have an enemy who wants to rob you of your peace. So God wants you to have the clarity to lead your home. He wants you to have the energy to enjoy your children. So give him all your fears, all your cares, your anxiety. Cast it at his feet tonight. choose to invest in your well-being so you can be the woman God called you to be. And if you want to learn more about my program, I just help women escape all the sleepless nights that's just causing them to feel burnt out and it's draining their soul so they can have a life of more freedom, more rest. So I enjoy seeing moms get breakthrough. I enjoy watching the babies sleep better. Like that's the result of all my coaching with the moms, every single one. I never leave them hanging. And I just get joy from that. So if you know anyone who has a mom you'd like to tell them about what I do, feel free. If you're one of those moms, you can reach out to me. So Nicole, thank you so much for this opportunity. If anyone has any questions for me, Nicole, I don't know how you're doing that, but I'm here to answer.